Alright, so what are we looking at here? This map is called CP Gelid. I don't know how to pronounce it, but yeah. Okay, interesting. So the door's open somewhat far away from the spawn. That's maybe okay. I just noticed it because I remember looking at CP Sultry and he fucking insta-gib right at the doorway, so bait stickies here. I kind of like these like corners here for spawn camping. It can reward a little bit of aggressive gameplay and not make these like flat areas a no man's land. This last is reminiscent of a lot of other lasts. Cold Front, Badlands, Logjam, stuff like that. I like these light beams. They look nice. The atmosphere is nice here. Ah man, this map reminds me of another map, but I can't place it. Okay. Got these blocks. You got the main entrance. These sightlines are a little whack from this door. My god. You're completely exposed. But I guess you have a giant fence here. Okay, you can cross here without being seen. Crossing here, though, you are going to be exposed. Okay, you can wrap back around, I guess, if you need to cross. Just a cubby. Here again, you peek this. I feel very exposed. Like, this feels like just too exposed to sniper sightlines. It would be worth peeking. Okay. There's a lower entrance. Kind of a long route to get here, but it could be okay. The area is quite large. Probably a lot of backcapping would go on in here. And it's quite big, so that means that a lot of people could play in here. And these fights are not super easy to control because of how big the door is. So a soldier would actually kind of struggle to win a fight in here against like a scout, given how big it is. They could surf and stuff, so that could be a threat for backcapping. Is this the deepest you can get in? Really? Damn. So there's corners here. There's a medium health pack on last. That's pretty unconventional. Like a soldier or a heavy picking that up would be a really formidable tool for last. It might be a little too good. I'm just noticing like spots for sentry guns. Like, you know, the sentry gun down here doesn't look easy to spam. But yeah. So this is the deepest you can get in through this door, which probably could be okay for Ubering, because if there's anyone top right, you Uber in here, you can immediately like cut them off, and now they're caught. But people would probably see you coming. Let's see, pushing out. Okay, one thing to note here, this route, you can bypass most of the lobby and just dive down here for like a back cap. So I do think backcapping will be a big threat on this map. The lobby is like also quite wide. Really hard to go from this side to that side, so wrapping, backcapping, etc. is probably going to be a big nuisance on this map. You push out, you step here. I feel like I'm kind of in the open. A lot of sight lines, but this one's a little more covered. Okay, I mean, I like that there's multiple doors. Actually, 3 of the doors are all right here. There's nowhere else to go? Oh, there's one other door. Okay. Interesting. So 3 of them all open into more or less the exact same spot. It might make it pretty easy to just like stuff it. Like if I'm a soldier and I sit here, I can easily put big damage rockets onto 3 doorways, which is a little much. You might want different angles of entry. But then you do have this door, which I like. It gets you in kind of completely on the opposite side. I like that it's a little bit wider. Another kind of backcap-esque route. Like, you get into lobby and you just, like, can sprint running through. So, okay. It's an interesting platform over here. I like it. Would it get used much? I don't know. You can kind of play some mind games through this fence. I wonder how that will affect things. Forward spawn, yeah. Second point. Feels kind of boxed in. This fence, I'm not sure what purpose it serves. It blocks that doorway, obviously. But does that really necessitate having a fence? I would rather see these boxes be moved so that they block more of the sightline, or simply put like a crate here. Something that doesn't take as much of the space, like the angles. Because if you just had a crate as cover, like right here, put like a crate there, then someone could duck behind that for cover, and you wouldn't need to restrict them and box them in so much. It'd be a little more fun probably to move around on. There's a tower here, which you cannot get onto. Okay. The ambient noise is quite loud. I don't know if I'm crazy. Sounds like that wind is like... my ears are freezing, basically. Okay, so you got some passages here off of second. Medium health pack underneath. A lot of variety of heights. So there's no routes that give you an entry over here. Doesn't look like. Unless it's a one-way, I don't think it is. There's like a cubby here that's completely safe. So no one could hit you in this cubby. You just tuck a medic in here and he's completely safe. I don't know. This area is kind of weird because it's so big. It's such a substantial section of the second point, but there's no entrances that lead you there, so it's kind of strange. It looks like mid is in that direction, so none of this is really going to be accessible. But all of the exits, most of the exits are over there. So if I'm defending from this angle, the majority of my exits are not accessible, which is really awkward. I only have one viable exit based on defending these angles. Because no one's going to want to defend over here because the point is over there. So the configuration of this map is very odd. It feels like the point should be like there instead or something. Because it's way off to the side. You can just bypass it and go from this alleyway into lobby. And it feels like most of the defenders are going to want to be here. I don't know. It's kind of weird. Kind of weird. I was going to say that maybe an entrance could come in up here or something. Like through this hallway. But I don't know if it's necessary. You got this hallway. It splits into two different ways. A little bit of a labyrinth. Like I feel like I'm a rat climbing inside the walls. Okay. This is like the more open area. It connects back through here. An alleyway here. There's an alleyway here. Underpass into mid. You can cap on the low ground. Hallway into here. And then a long hallway here. It takes me back into mid as well. This hallway's a little long for just being another way to like walk into mid. It feels kind of unnecessary, to be honest. Like, why would I ever want to be here? Like, what does controlling this position do for me? I feel like this entire room is kind of unnecessary. Like, there's literally nothing to be gained. Just a long walk. I don't know. I don't particularly like that. What I would probably want to see is more like... more interconnection here that is more simple. Like, let me put on cheats. Like through here. Maybe. Some way to like connect. Like maybe this wall just is solid and then, you know, people are pushing more from like these angles or like connecting through here. I don't know. Feels like a lot of this is kind of so far away. My God. Like you come in through here and then to go to mid, you're going all the way around here. It seems a little whack. I just think the layout is weird for the distances. You have two hero medic hello. When I see new maps, don't they seem large and open for no reason? It is common for maps to be excessively large, yeah. I think that it takes a serious amount of restraint and just like, you know, patience to build a map that's too small and not too big. You just got to trust the process. Build it small and then slightly expand things as time goes on rather than building it way too big. Okay. Well, the mid itself, it's like this raised platform. There's some low ground. This feels kind of like a no man's land, though. I don't know if I would ever really want to be, like, under here. And a couple of the entrances do bring you down here. Okay. Another one of these, like, kind of little corner things. Not bad. I'm not seeing any high ground. Let me see. Can you jump over this? Okay, you can. There's a rooftop here you can stand on. That's not bad. Not seeing a lot of other, like, ledges or, like, boxes, you know, things to climb on. I would like to see a little bit more of that. If I fell down to the ground, I could retreat out this way. That's fine. How would I get back up? Climb back around here. Okay. I wonder if it'd be possible to, like, make this climb a little faster. Like, for example, if, like, kind of around this corner, there was a way up similar to this. That way, I'm not, like, fully in no man's land when I'm down here. But, maybe I'm overthinking it. But, in general, high ground and low ground being more connected and easier to get between is better. So I'm thinking, like, maybe some sort of ramp. Like, maybe a spiral ramp or something under here that goes up. That could be kind of cool. And it would also make playing on the ground maybe a little bit more enticing, because then you could access that ramp and surprise people on the point. This whole, like, being able to block on the ground is kind of a gimmick. I don't know if it's a good thing, but I bet people would be really fucking annoying. Just, like, getting a scout in under here and he's just, like, playing Ring Around the Rosie, trying to block your cap. Yeah. Or this ramp, instead of going up, could go down. So you would be connecting into this house from this underpass. That could be good too. That way you could rotate between areas faster. It's right now, in order to rotate from this alley inside here where the entire rest of your team might be, you have to go so far. It's actually kind of insane. I have to wrap all the way around this and then climb through this whole hallway just to get to that fight. It's basically impossible. They might as well kill bind. So I think that's maybe my my big proposal to adjust this is better connection here. And I think this ramp going down would be a pretty elegant solution. Yeah. I don't know. That's mostly all I can say about this map. It's interesting, but there's some pretty concerning layout issues here. I'm going to check out another map, Orchard. I've seen this one before, but not the latest version. From what I remember, there were some very weird, wide and narrow alleyways. So we'll see if those have been adjusted at all. But I think these two maps might have some similarities, actually. Okay, so we got this last area. And I feel like I gave a lot of advice on this map before, but I don't remember what I said, so I might end up repeating myself. I'm not going to go too in-depth with it. Sure, lower main area, good for kind of a dry push type thing. Upper area, nice cover, not immediately snipeable. Your little box. Doorway to exit out of. Not too tiny though. You got your shutter. Decent areas to like lurk, to wait out an Uber. Maybe shove a flank. Could be kind of cool. I'm up here. Oh, I think I remember this. I was like, where the fuck is the second point? It's right here. Second point is here. I think he moved the cap point. I could be wrong. Was it up here before? I actually don't remember. So from up here, I can watch this. Watch a decent number of doors from here. And up here, I can kind of watch all the same ones as well. You could set up some really strong crossfires to hold. But deny pushes out of last. But the doorways are big enough that, you know, I'm sure people could challenge you. And you can rotate between them fairly quick. That's something that was really lacking on the other map. Just by having this passage here, if I get through here and they start wrapping the other side, I'm already like on their back. So that sort of thing is nice to see compared to the last map. Another kind of back cap route. Very likely you'll see a lot of people shoving through here. You have a medium pack as well, which makes back capping gonna, you know, even stronger. I think they're really trying to incentivize utilizing this area. Okay. So you get through here, you get into this warehouse. Okay. Just a giant warehouse. When you're capping this, you can't see shit and you're on low ground. It's a little dangerous. Could kind of dry push this, climb on all this stuff. Okay, that's kind of nice. You got a shed to work with. Reminds me a little bit of like Granary Yard with the shed and all that. That's a dry pushable place. It's just odd to think of dry pushing into a warehouse, but layout wise it kind of makes sense. This is extremely open though. Like if I'm a demo man or a soldier, I can just fly to the other side of the map. It's like, this is about as open as like CP Orange. It's kind of jarring to look at. I feel like there should be like a giant pillar somewhere here. Like right here, somewhere up here. Should be something. Just so open and long. You got apples, can you hide in there? No, you can't make applesauce. Sad. Oh, there's this, there's the inkling of a pillar. Go all the way, man. Take this pillar to the top. I want to see it. I think that would be a welcome change. Put a pillar like there and put this one up. It's too open right now. Why don't we play higher maps in sixes like Asheville or Prout? Asheville was a sixes map before. Just fell out of favor. I don't know. There was another new version of Asheville called Coal Plant that was played in ESEA season 15, and I think that people just maybe stopped liking the map for one reason or another, and the map just went away. The other one I've never played in sixes. I haven't really played it at all, to be honest. I'm not sure how good it is. Okay, so we got this yard. Okay. Not a lot of high ground spots to like stand on. Everything's very kind of low. It feels hard to control this yard, especially on defense here. You're kind of on the low ground actually compared to these entrances, so I wouldn't feel super good about trying to hold this. Can't have any scouts on height. Can't have any soldiers on height. So there's a lack of high ground in this yard. It also means if you bomb in as a soldier, you just kind of insta-give because you're going to land just on flat ground, basically. So I'd like to maybe see a yard ledge of any sort, whether it be, I don't know, cargo crates or something, a tower, something. How do I differentiate different seasons? I have a pretty good memory of a lot of seasons of ESEA up until the end of the OG Froyotech roster. So basically in, I don't know, in 2015, I lost a lot of my ability to track things because there's just too many teams, too many rosters. I still remember some, particularly like RGL seasons stand out more. If there's a LAN, that always helps. It's just, I don't know, certain numbers are very like deeply ingrained in my mind. This is Granary of a dark alternate time universe. Yeah, kind of. This is interesting that you can see through this fence. Okay. There's an entrance here. Oh, okay. I think I remember this. This entrance is kind of a problem. because it's so it's kind of similar to the other map. Look at this shit. Look how far away this is. Your team is like split so wide. I guess there's a middle door, but one thing I notice about this entrance is just that if a team goes in through here, they can wrap your exit so easily, which means that, you know, when you place your point here, usually the team would want to defend to keep you away from the point, you know? Sounds obvious, right? By standing in front of the point. But when you create an entrance like this that can wrap their exit, now this is no longer a safe way to defend. Because if you're on Uber Desat or something, the risk of you getting cut off by an Uber through here is too good. Like, it's too great, I should say. So you would, like, have to play back here, which is not as fun. It's not as cool to see people playing that passive. Okay. Got another kind of underpass thing going on. The layout is so similar to the other map. Like, I swear it's like almost a one-to-one in terms of the entrances. Like, the far left alleyway, the underpass thing in between, and then the, like, upper entrance on the right. They're almost identical. Okay. Little flank. This is a cool little room. Med took 6 type map. Yeah. This map, I feel like, would be so much better if they just made it smaller. Honestly. Okay, so what's going on here? You can get on these roofs. There's a nice bridge. It's a little bit awkward of like a path you have to take to get up here, but it'll be done. One's a little more direct. Underneath, you got some, room to move around. I like this underneath area. I think this would be really cool to see, like, a waddling shotgun soldier. Oh, maybe not shotgun, but just kind of like Metalworks or Badlands Mid underneath. There's just enough cover and, like, tight corners that a soldier lurking through here could be really deadly. And I like to see that option available, unlike most maps where the soldier just, like, has to bomb. Also a scout kind of sneaking through here, sharking around, could be cool, kind of cool. So you got some tall towers, probably for some high bombs. But scouts have decent perches as well. Yeah, the mid seems like probably the best part of this map. Last looks okay though. Second and yard, they worry me. Okay, lastly, I'm gonna load up my map because, so I was saying that I need to A18. What is A18B concept? Oh, is this where I started adding some baby textures? I think it might be, but that's for the best because I need to texture the map myself for the upcoming RGL tournament. Because I do want the map to be played in the tournament. But the art passers, they don't want to release an unfinished product. So I'm gonna have to, yeah, I'll just basically continue what I was working on here. Hopefully it'll be presentable enough that players will have some sense of what's going on. So, yeah. Do I have a theme in mind? I guess the theme that this map is going to be moving towards is Peruvian, I believe. Set in, like, the mountains and in, like, some ruins. So, something like... Oh, I actually put more textures than I remember doing. This is actually not bad at all. Okay, so I'm not going to have nearly as much work as I thought I would. But it's still going to be scuffed as hell. Machu Picchu. Yeah, that kind of thing. Okay, well, I'm going to have to finish this. But, yeah. I'm trying to think if there's any other changes I want to make or if I'm just going to slap some textures on. At this point, I'm not sure if there really are any other changes I want to make. I'm realizing that I already implemented a good handful of them. But it's crazy how much a few textures can make of a difference. You still remember it? Yeah, we have played this map on subpugs. Honestly, some subpugs would probably be pretty nice if I could. I'm not sure if I'm going to have time for it before the RGL Cup. What about my other map? I do have another map, but that one I haven't really been working on because for whatever reason, this map was the one that just kind of took shape and I had the most inspiration on. And I had some art passers who responded well to this map, and they tested it with like 12v12, and they said it played pretty well. So they were encouraging me to just pursue this map first. It's kind of what I've been doing. Yeah. Coming soon, I guess, to a RGL Cup near you. Add some green. Add some green, like some shrubs. There were trees. Yeah, there's some trees. There's some green for you, bro. Take a look at those leaves. But yeah, if you guys have any interest in seeing this map get textured, I'm probably gonna do it on stream this week. I'll pick a day and just start banging it out. So you guys can maybe give some artistic input as well. Oh, B4nny Harvest. I need to finish that one too. You played the subpug and it made you quit the game for 2 years? Oh my god, I'm sorry. B4nny Harvest is a masterpiece. But the world's not ready, I don't think. Not yet. Eventually we'll get there. What have I done to your baby? I took everything wrong with it and I got rid of it. You'll thank me later. Super Harvest, yeah. Basically just making Sniper a lot worse and making the combat areas more fun or kind of more, yeah, more viable to like stay in. But it's a work in progress.